Catherine, an American living in China, and every year I spend Spring Festival in a different province. I've seen dragon dances, lion dances, deity parades, rice turtles, crafts shows, crazy explosions, temples piled with offerings, and the list goes on. This year, I decided to mix things up a bit and spend Chinese New Year in Lancang, an obscure region of Yunnan just a few kilometers from the border with Myanmar. My boyfriend and I showed up here completely clueless about what we might encounter, and it ended up being a Chinese New Year like no other. Y'all, we are about 25 kilometers away from the border with Myanmar right now, which is crazy. We are literally on the doorstep of Myanmar. Wild. Hello. Hello. 龙年大吉。不是龙年，我忘了。蛇年大吉。This is Nanzhuo. It's inhabited by the Wa people, whose population is split pretty evenly between China and Myanmar. The Wa people are known for being headhunters. Back in the day, the Wa people of today are super friendly and will invite you for tea or snacks or even to spend Chinese New Year together.
晚上我们这里要跳舞，今天开始到初六，我们这边都比较热闹。
There was an available room in her sister's guest house, so we decided we'll spend the next 3 days of Chinese New Year right here in Nanzhuo. They offered us some welcome snacks, peanuts with stripes on them, tamarind, and another version of the Chinese New Year sticky rice thing. It had a similar consistency to a mozzarella stick, but you dip it in sugar instead of tomato sauce. Right from our window, we could see that something interesting was going on. So we came out to investigate and discovered it's the same game we were watching this morning. These guys are practicing for a showdown with a nearby village on the 3rd day of the new year. So we have now witnessed this game in 2 different villages, and even though we're on the same mountain, literally 30 minutes apart, they're still playing it a little bit differently. The guys here stand really far back and they throw the top like super far, so they miss most of the time. And now we're at the house of the lady who was sitting at the fire pit and was like, hey, come have some tea. Everybody here is like, have tea, have alcohol, have food, eat, drink.
都是鱼是我老公煮的。
奶奶，你的衣服太好玩了！这件衣服就是美国那种大学生的运动服装，这个是。As you can probably hear, the evening dancing is actually about to begin. This is like the Chinese equivalent of a bagpipe? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. 新年快乐是 Happy New Year. Happy New Year. These kids are like, why'd you dye your hair? I'm like, it's not dyed. Uyghurs are also an ethnic group that loves dancing and dances at every single possible event. And even though the moves are a little bit different, they'll figure it out. Go! Get in there! The more people are in the circle, the harder it gets because it's so easy to accidentally run into someone. You have to get the moves down perfectly. They're going left and right and front and back. Y'all, they have a different dance for every single song. This song, for example, only like 3 of the uncles know the moves to. The circle has dissolved into chaos. The Wa people have a very, very broad taste in music and a seemingly infinite supply of dance moves. We could not keep up with them. We were relegated to the sidelines to just watch it all go down. While these people do kind of live out in the middle of nowhere, this place is not lacking in nightlife. They do not need any bars or clubs around here. All they need is a fire pit, a speaker, and some village moonshine, and they are good to go for hours on end.
gonna lie, it's kind of spooky being underneath the cloud blanket. Good morning, everyone.
It is the second day of the Year of the Snake. We spent it wandering around, drinking tea, and trying some more of the local cuisine.
It's this cold noodle dish, and it's so spicy. It's on the verge of being inedible. On the verge. Blah, blah.
Oh my god.
The second day is sandwiched between the two most important days, so everyone was either too tired from day one or saving their energy for day 3. Not much was going on. Most of the villagers were just chilling, except for the top guys, who prepared day and night for the next day's match.
They were at it the day we got here. They were at it first thing this morning, all day long, and now they're just going and going and going and going. But other than them, the village is actually quite quiet right now. A lot of people are just chilling, and honestly, so are we. Just having like a quiet night in. It is day 3 of Year of the Snake. We heard a ruckus going on, lots of gongs banging, lots of yelling, and we realized that the top competition is beginning. So we ran out here and we're gonna watch it all go down. Interestingly, on that table back there, there is a pig head. And we just asked one of the locals what that's for, and it's the prize for the winner. If you win this competition, you get to bring home a pig head. A bunch of people are wearing their local attire. We do not have such attire, but we're wearing attire from his ethnic group, which will pass, I guess. It's better than a t-shirt, right? 给大家看看你的民族服，可爱吧？
If you're curious about the bullhead emblem featured on many of these traditional clothes, it's a sacred symbol of the Wa people that represents wealth and power. This game is actually Wa versus Han, so if you want to know what side someone's playing on, check their outfit. Some of the guys have the full set, including a bull hat and bull pants.
So the competition just ended. Because it was hosted by this village provided the prize, which was the pig head from this morning's pig slaughter. And because the other team lost, this village keeps the pig head. If the other team had won, then they would have victoriously carried the pig head back to their village or put it in their trunk because, you know, this is 2025. This evening, there will be a potluck held on this basketball court. This is where some food is being prepared for the potluck. Look at all the hot peppers. Half of the vegetable table is hot peppers. We were like, dang, you guys got a lot of peppers on this table. You really like spicy food. And they were like, food has to be spicy, otherwise we won't eat it. We don't want to eat non-spicy food. Like the way most people feel about salt, that's the way they feel about hot peppers. 那你们去别的地方吃饭怎么办？你们随身携带辣椒吗？
打工的话有携带自己除了那个辣子素的。
They have it set kind of like a restaurant. There's all these individual tables, and each table is for one family here in the village. And we are sitting with our host here at her table. Look at the banana leaf tablecloth. There's even an ant on it. This is so ecological. I don't know what word to use. There's an ant on the tablecloth. We're trying to help in what little way our useless selves can. Look at this luxurious meal laid out here. If y'all are curious what's on the table, this is shredded chicken porridge. This is cucumbers. This is radish and pork soup. This is pork blood soup, pork with hot peppers. This is cabbage. This is pork with some kind of other vegetable. Everywhere else I've celebrated Chinese New Year in, the big feast is on Chinese New Year Eve. Except here, the big feast is on the 3rd day. Happy Chinese New Year, everyone. Next event of the night night, dancing around a fire pit.
Today 在这里玩，对，在这里玩，在这里玩，听见了吗？在这里玩。好的，好的。Happy birthday。
And that was our Chinese New Year experience on Jingmai Mountain. It was only a few days ago when Asajan and I showed up here knowing absolutely no one, knowing basically nothing about this region, and I cannot believe we met such incredibly friendly and hospitable people. Yunnan isn't exactly known for its Chinese New Year festivities, and some of these activities were a bit unconventional, but I have to say, these people really know how to have a good time. No matter how beautiful the scenery is, no trip to anywhere would be complete without connecting with some locals. So this was definitely an unforgettable Chinese New Year. Happy Year of the Snake, everyone, and I will see you next time.